Welcome to our unique chat show, Your 1% on VOICESNVIEWS.com. In India, there are over 70 million disabled youth. Our legislation ensures equal rights to education and employment. But how is this going to be possible without accessibility? Almost all public spaces in our country, like schools, colleges, libraries, universities, shops, government offices, are all inaccessible to the disabled youth. In developed countries, a wheelchair-bound person can travel alone by road, by bus, or by the subway. Not in India. Meet a real-life Superman, a real hero, a super role model for the youth of this country, who refuses to allow a disability to determine how he wishes to live his life. Meet Prasad Phanasgaonkar. Welcome to our unique chat show, Your 1%, Prasad. It is so wonderful to have you here. Tell me, is your family always been based in Mumbai?
Yeah, they are based from birth. I'm in Mumbai itself.
And what was growing up like?
It was like normal, like how normal kids grow.
Okay.
Like the normal Mumbai life. And
you were going to school and...
yeah, I was like totally normal before. I used to play like normal kids. I used to ride bikes, I used to ride cars.
Oh.
And solely after the age of 20, I started developing this disease called muscular dystrophy. It's a slow and progressive disease basically. And the muscles in your body get deteriorated, and I used to basically while walking I started first limping, and then if some stone or something used to come in between, I used to fall. Then I needed some support while walking, and while climbing steps it became difficult basically, and slowly it started progressing, and I had to stop my college because traveling in train and buses was difficult because it's too crowded, and there was the risk of someone pushing, and there was a risk of falling all the time basically.
This condition must have really changed your world. How did your family and friends rally around you?
Actually, it's because of friends and family that things became easy, because they were all the time supportive and they helped me a lot. I have friends like Prashant, he used to carry me on his back for 2 floors up and down, and I had friends Shailendra, who when they used to come to me, they used to take me on the bike, and the bike became like a wheelchair, and in India it was more easy stopping at some shop, it was more easy to be near the shop, and that's how friends helped me that time.
Did your studies get interrupted, or was there anything that you were doing that got cut off in between?
Yeah, I was doing diploma in production engineering, and that time traveling by bus and train became hard, and it was people used to push when the trains and buses were crowded. So I stopped going that time to the back in college.
Okay. Now this is what you have been trying to address, this problem of accessibility of a disabled person not being able to travel and do things on their own. Can you tell us about your work you have done on this?
Basically, I am into transport for wheelchair users, and I have accessible vans, and I have also normal tourist vehicles which are rented out. And my basically dream is to see our country be wheelchair accessible, there should be ramps everywhere, there should be accessible toilets, and all places should have compulsory accessibility grounds basically.
Tell us about the car that you have designed.
Actually, I had been to US and I had seen such vehicles. I had traveled in that, and after coming back to India, means I had this normal car and rental services, and I started it, and I was buying one car after another, and it was then my sister stopped me and said it's enough, you get an accessible vehicle, there aren't any accessible vehicles in India, So then like we started like, and that time like there weren't any vehicles which could be easily made to wheelchair accessible. So we got a Toyota Collis and like we modified it and installed a hydraulic lift into it. And it's like almost 5-6 years we are running it. And now we have like new vehicles which are like more comfortable, more luxurious, more passengers can come with the wheelchair person. Like,
how did you design the car? Did you have some kind of international standard or measurements that you had access to?
Actually, like I had gone on the net and like searched a lot like about universal designs, and like I had also like seen vehicles which are there, and basically I am a mechanical draftsman, so I have some designing knowledge, and I just applied it, like went to the normal garage and asked them to get it done like this, and that's how like I built it. Basically, this is the only vehicle at present which has got a hydraulic lift for rent, like Mumbai. There are like few people with disabilities who have like vans fitted with hydraulic lift, but it's for personal use. Like.
There is a growing demand for accessible cars in India. Have you approached any automobile company to sponsor your design or to help you make more cars? Will that not be a good thing?
Yeah, that's a like good thing, but actually like the government of India or the Ministry of Automobiles, which they have a rule like last year itself, like they said like all like automobile companies should have 2 models which are wheelchair accessible, but unfortunately there aren't any like this, and it's only this new Tata Winger which is like can be made easily wheelchair accessible.
What is your message to the government of India? How can they change their policy towards improving accessibility for the disabled?
Accessibility first is like strict laws, and there should be a will like to do. There is like one reaction like no, it's impossible to make the city accessible. But thing is like if you have will, like you can do it. Like it's not that like rocket science basically. It's just making accessible ramps and like having like handrails and like small thing. It's not a big thing. Like
in recent times, there have been many films made on various disabilities. Have you seen any of them?
I've seen like
you have seen a few. Guzarish. Do you think it actually increases understanding and awareness of a disability among the public?
I think our society like we are developing basically, and I think like we are quick learners. So this awareness, if it comes in a more way, like their chances, like it will be for good. Like so, whatever or anyway, like if it's a movie or anything, there should be awareness. Like because once like the mindset is changed, then like things are easy. But the initial thing is like no, this is not. It's impossible right now. Like we cannot do it. So if we change in our minds, then like we can do it.
Tell us about the other services that you offer through your company.
Our company, Samhata Travels, they offer services to tourists who are like inbound and outbound corporate travelers, and like wheelchair users who come to travel and want to rent vehicles. And like we have services where they want like if they want manual wheelchairs for rent, like we give it to them. Also, if they need attendance, like we give numbers and like information about it. And also like on our website, that's Samhata Travels, like there is a link of accessible destinations, in which there are like destinations which are accessible in Mumbai where people can go. So there's a lot of information on like which places they can go. Also there's information about like websites and companies in Mumbai, like if they want to buy a wheelchair or they want to buy a horse or any other services. So there are around 8-10 links of companies which are available in Mumbai basically or India, and they can go through it. I had a friend called Dr. Sana. She was a Japanese, and she had come to Mumbai to research on disability and Hindu culture. So she used to go to the special schools, like it was there she found a notice on the board like there is a scheme of National Handicap Finance Development Corporation, and it's for it was a scheme of loans for people with disability to start some business. So she came to me and like she gave me the notice like, and she also gave me a keychain and said like start this business, and that's how I started by buying one more car. And like then I moved on, like kept on like buying cars and like took loans, and right now like I have 4 vehicles of my own, and 2 are normal vehicles and 2 are wheelchair accessible vehicles. In Winger Platinum, like there is space for 1 wheelchair and 3 passengers, and it depends, like if the booking is for a big duration, then like we can have 2 wheelchairs also, and the seats can be altered like for the booking.
Are these cars for rent? Can they also go out of Mumbai, or is it?
Yeah, basically I had sent like the vehicle to Kerala, and the next month it's going to Chennai. And basically, if someone is ready to pay for the debt mileage, I can send it anywhere. Basically, there are drivers, and they also like help in like getting in and getting out from the lift, like, and it's a basically door-to-door service, and it's more easy basically like going anywhere.
And what is the maintenance like? Is it very expensive to maintain a hydraulic lift and a car with the...
This hydraulic lift, it's like it's not that it does not have that much maintenance. It has also got a like manual pump in case there is like electric failure. Like it can be operated manually also. And like I'm running it from 5 years, I didn't have any problem yet. Like,
are you feeling a bit optimistic that India is gradually changing, our society is changing? Is there a change in their attitude or their awareness?
It has changed a lot, like from probably the last 2-3 years, and I think it should change. I'm optimistic, like it would happen like quickly.
Prasad, it has been wonderful to have you here on this unique chat show called Your 1%, and we hope this chat that we have had is going to inspire 100 others to do something with their life. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome, it's my pleasure.
By changing our attitude, our perception to our physically challenged neighbor, colleague or friend. Give more opportunities. Include them in your cultural, social and economic planning. Forget what they cannot do. See what they can do. Most important, give 1% of your time for a friendly chat. I quote Stephen Hawking, the author and scientist. It is a waste of time to be angry with my disability. One has to get on with life, and I haven't done badly, unquote. Please keep sending us inspiring stories about people you have met, people who have inspired you, and all the messages at voicesandviews@gmail.com. Thank you and goodbye.